Hey, what's going on, people? I'm Okatsu, or if you would rather, Mikey's right, and today I'm going to be talking about the predictions for things that we could possibly expect with the release of Pokemon Omega Ruby and Pokemon Alpha Sapphire. Now, I want these predictions to be more theoretical as opposed to based on pure skepticism, so I'm only going to be talking about outcomes that can be backed by information from what we have so far, meaning in light of the glorious gameplay footage that we received yesterday, still just the box cover art. Now, at first glance, I thought the box cover art merely to be aesthetics, but seeing as the promised gameplay footage was only an appearance of the two legendaries, I figured it had to be more significant than that. Now, a lot of people believe that what's seen on the box cover are the Mega Evolution forms of Groudon and Kyogre, seeing as Mega Evolution was newly introduced last October with the release of Pokemon X and Y. This is mainly because they look somewhat different, especially in Kyogre's case. Again, I believe that was just aesthetics, but I believe it's been stated before that the box art cover is not just for aesthetic effect, as people have gotten emails from Play Pokemon stating that Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire will feature all new unseen forms of said Pokemon. Now, I don't shut down the idea of Mega Evolution entirely, but I highly doubt that, based on the principles of Mega Evolution itself and the lore behind the two legendaries. First off, with the principles of Mega Evolution. Based on the game of Pokemon X and Y, as well as the short series Pokemon Origins, which led into X and Y, Mega Evolution is based heavily on a strong bond between trainer and Pokemon. And although the bond can be a natural spark as proven by the fact that your first Mega Evolution experience was with a Lucario that didn't even belong to you, and not to mention the capability of Mega Evolving a Pokemon like Mewtwo, who I see heavily as the only Pokemon with a truly evil nature. But the thing is about those Pokemon is that they are Mewtwo, being a psychic type that is able to understand and thus empathize with humans, which is proven in the first Pokemon movie, and Lucario, who is a non-legendary Pokemon that just somehow managed to have a natural connection to you as a trainer. Now, I'm definitely not saying it's impossible, but I can't see two legendaries such as Groudon and Kyogre being able to form a bond with any trainer. The two Pokemon literally represent the Earth, being land and water. Just their stature makes me feel like they can form a bond with someone. Nor do I feel like they have the ability to understand humans, because in nature, legendaries follow only the rules of natural hierarchy. Going even further, when you look at the Mega Evolved form of any Pokemon, there's always a huge change. Although the Pokemon's body type almost always stays the same, with the exception of Mega Gengar, who even then is still similar, all Mega Evolutions are still distinct with their disparity between their normal and Mega forms. It would be very difficult to confuse a Mega Ampharos with a regular Ampharos, and I just don't see that with the forms of Groudon and Kyogre shown on the box covers. And even though they're just confirmed to be Pokemon unseen before, last time we were notified of that, being with the release of Pokemon Black and White 2, the Pokemon on the box cover, Kyurem Black and Kyurem White, were much different looking than normal Kyurem, and I highly doubt we're going to see any fusions with Rayquaza. Anything, however, is possible. Now, onto the lore. I, instead, believe what's seen on the box covers of Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire are just different forms of Groudon and Kyogre, which can be activated by the usage of their respective red and blue orbs. I feel this because the red and blue orbs make an appearance on their respective versions of the Japanese box covers. Now, the red and blue orbs did play a role in the original versions of the Generation 3 games, but it was rather minor. In the hands of the player, the orbs just served as a memoir of what caused Groudon and Kyogre to be summoned. The orb was actually activated in the hands of Team Magma or Team Aqua respectively, but in the description it is said that these orbs not only summon, but control the two legendaries. Although the player is given an option to control legendary using simply a Pokeball, there must be some significance behind their description. First of all, although I don't watch Pokemon anime, I do recall the red orb playing a role in an episode where it virtually possessed Pikachu. Now, the orb formed a pattern on Pikachu identical to the one seen on the arms of Groudon and Kyogre, and more recently what looks like to be on Kyogre's forehead, as well as giving off a glow which is only newly seen in markets. especially on Groudon, whereas what lines were simply black before are now lined with magma. Not only did the orb create said pattern, but it also seemed to increase Pikachu's power greatly. Given all that, it wasn't until after Generation 3 where we saw Pokemon with the ability to change forms with the use of a key item, with Shaman changing to Shaman Sky form with the key item the Gardecia flower in Generation 4, and Landorus, Tornadus, and Thundurus changing between their Incarnate and Therian forms with the use of the key item the Reflect Glass in Generation 5. Although I just said the red orb seemed to increase Pikachu's power, if Groudon and Kyogre do change forms with their respective orbs, I don't believe that their base stats will increase, mainly because Pokemon who change forms don't change their total base stats, but they just allocate it to different places, as seen with legendaries like Giratina. Now, there is always a possibility that Groudon and Kyogre will be receiving no special treatment with this remake, although this was the bottom possibility on my list. They did say that there will be never before seen Pokemon making an appearance in the remakes, but keep in mind, although apparently everyone who's anyone owns a copy of Nintendo 3DS Power Saves, the Mega forms of Latios and Latias are still unreleased, and technically should be never before seen. If Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire are to be compatible with Pokemon X and Y, could Power Saves have not found a version of the Mega Stones for Groudon and Kyogre? And although people believe that the Red Orb and Blue Orb may actually be their Mega Stones, that's completely inconsistent, seeing as how every other Mega Stone has a symbol of what looks like to be a strand of DNA, while the Red Orb and Blue Orbs have been shown having a Greek symbols Omega and Alpha. The never-before Pokemon could just be the Mega forms of Latios and Latias. However, only time can tell. That's about all I could come up with, but I want to hear what you guys think. Leave a comment saying what you expect most to come with Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, and until next time, peace out guys.